The ROG Strix G16 from ASUS combines personality and grunt in equal measure. Its strong CPU and GPU combination is just one of its many advantages. Another is its alluring gamer-centric cyberpunk style, which hits all the right notes. Together with these advantageous characteristics, the G16 also has great connection, a roomy keyboard with practical shortcut keys, and a lightweight design that fits neatly into a backpack. When compared to certain competitors, even the pricing seems reasonable. Let's examine the top qualities of this 16-inch laptop to see if it is a great pick or another overly priced laptop. Is it worth the investment? Hopefully this video will give you a great insight to help your decision to pick the perfect laptop for you. Also, details about the products we speak about will be linked down in the description. First, let's talk aesthetics and build. Its sleek chassis accented with RGB lighting doesn't just look good, it feels good. The robust build screams durability while remaining surprisingly lightweight. Its keyboard with customizable backlighting is not just a visual treat but also offers tactile, responsive feedback, perfect for those intense gaming sessions. And let's not forget the cooling system engineered to keep your gaming peripherals cool under pressure, ensuring peak performance at all times. The ASUS ROG Strix G16 has more than enough ports for everyone. The power jack, Ethernet port, HDMI 2.1 port, Thunderbolt 4 port, USB Type-C port, and audio jack are all located on the left. There are two USB Type-A connectors on the right. With an Intel Core i9-13980HX, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 GPU, 16GB of DDR5 4800 RAM, and a 1TB PCIe 4.0 NVMe SSD. The ASUS ROG Strix G16 is a potent gaming laptop. The laptop's 1920 by 1200 resolution seems a little strange. It has slightly more pixels per inch than a 1920 by 1080 screen, but it still costs far less than the 2560 by 1440 screens that gaming laptops typically have in the $2,000 range. As a result, since gaming laptops with GeForce RTX 3070 or 4070 class GPUs nowadays usually have 2560 by 1440 displays, all of the competitors in this group have those as well. Even though benchmarking is fascinating, I wanted to play Overwatch 2 on the Strix G16 for a little. I maximized the detail settings to a resolution of 1920 by 1200. In order to match the display's 165Hz refresh rate, I kept my frame rate at 165 FPS. Even in situations where there was a lot of motion on the screen, the 165 frames per second rate remained maintained while playing online games. The Gigabyte Aorus 15X that has Intel Core i9-13900HX, GeForce RTX 4070 was narrowly defeated by the ROG Strix G16 at 1080p with 116 frames per second in our Shadow of the Tomb Raider benchmark. The HP Omen 16, Core i7-12700H GeForce RTX 3070 Ti, and Razer Blade 15, 4th Gen Intel Core i7-1200H. The Razer Blade 15 and HP Omen 15 achieved the highest scores in Grand Theft Auto 5, achieving 104 frames per second at 1080p. Sadly, the Strix G16 and Aorus 15X with GeForce RTX 4070 had to make way. You'll also notice that, in comparison to the Strix's little performance reduction from 1080p to 1200p, all other laptops had a large performance drop to 1440p. In Red Dead Redemption 2, the ROG Strix managed to defeat the Aorus 15X at 1080p at 72 frames per second. The Omen 16 and Razer Blade 14 weren't far behind though. Once more, the Strix G16 displayed a slight dip at 1200p as opposed to the laptop's more dramatic decline at 1440p. Assassin's Creed Valhalla was a really challenging game to play on a small screen. When you walk into a darker area, the contrast is erratic, making the corners extremely dark. The countryside's green hills were lifeless and the glow from my torch appeared weak against the surrounding darkness. At lesser settings, the 165Hz is fun to play around with. I was able to detect adversary assaults and movements more quickly. With the G16, ASUS continues to support its long battery life policy for gaming laptops, something it has been doing for some time. The Zephyrus G15 and the Strix both had nearly identical battery lives during our laptop mag battery test. The Strix also outperformed the Katana 15, the Legion 7i, and the typical premium gaming laptop. A superb gaming laptop, the ASUS ROG Strix G16 is, so long as you're not staring at its display. Although the panel isn't bad, a $2,000 laptop should have a better display. Yes, it has a long battery life, a comfortable keyboard, and excellent performance, but I need an attractive display. Check out the ASUS ROG Zephyrus G15, which provides a more competitive display for a comparable price if the display is more important to you. But you would miss out on the ASUS ROG Strix G16's insane performance boosts. This gaming laptop might be ideal for you if you don't give your display any thought.